Hi, my name is Frank Turner, and I'm going to talk you through the song Recovery, or at least talk about it. Something that it took me a really long time to learn is that in songwriting, quite often simplicity is much more powerful than being complicated. And I grew up being in bands that was all about kind of playing a million chords a minute and trying to be complicated and obtuse and weird, and sometimes actually keeping things simple is powerful. So Recovery it's a really simple song to play in basis. You know, we add in the arrangement of the Sleeping Souls, you know, there's a lot of kind of piano parts, organ parts, that kind of thing, but the actual basic parts that I'm playing myself are really, really simple. It's an optimistic song, and it's a song about kind of reaching up and rising, and with that in mind, the verse is a very simple ascending figure. The actual chords are basically just A, and then it's a sort of an open B minor shape, like that, and then you play an A with a C sharp underneath, and then you play a D. So it's 4 chords like that, and you can actually keep, as the lead guitar part does on the record, you can keep rising the 5th through it, so you can go on the lead guitar does this. It's just playing major scale, it's as simple as anything. But the whole idea is that it's simple, it's melodically powerful, and it gives you a sense of kind of reaching up and grasping something. So you go, locking in and out in a strange spot in East London. Somebody I don't really know just gave me something to help settle me down, to stop me from always thinking about you. So it's kind of rising up and ascending, and it kind of feels positive, you know, it feels optimistic. And then when you hear the chorus is 2 chords, and you've done 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and the scale out of the scale. So 1 hit 5 on the chorus, hit the E. So the chorus is just E and D. So it's long road up to recover, breathe in. And the vocal there goes up to a high A note, which is almost the highest note I can sing. I can just about hit a B, which it does right at the very end of the song as well. So yeah, so the verse and the chorus, it alternates like that, going through a simple ascending figure, and then just 5 and 4, E and D on the chorus, and it's just keeps it all very simple. And then with every song, to my mind, the kind of great test of a good song is the middle 8, because you establish a verse and a chorus, and you've got a pattern, and you've introduced what you're saying in the first verse, you've got your statement on the chorus, you kind of develop a little bit in your second verse, you've got your second chorus. Middle 8's the kind of the bit where you sort the men from the boys, in a way, because it's kind of where you decide whether or not you're going to take the song somewhere more interesting, whether you're going to kind of add a new layer of meaning to it, both in terms of the lyrics and in terms of the melody. Now, so far in the song, we've only really used the kind of like sort of major chords and the first kind of 5 notes of the scale in terms of chords. The relative minor of A major, of course, is F sharp minor, which is there, and if you play it with the top 2 strings open, it sounds a little bit fuller, a bit more interesting, a bit more exciting. So when we get to the middle 8, it's like, right, let's drop it down, let's change the mood, let's hit the minor. So you go, on the first night we met, you said, well, darling, let's make a deal. If anybody ever asks us, let's just tell them that we met in jail. Which is, I mean, it's a slightly hokey lyric, but it's certainly one that sort of pokes out, you know, and it's sort of, I wanted to kind of make a statement, have that lyric somewhere kind of strong and plain and clear in the song. So start the middle 8 with that, it's like, okay, right, we're taking the song somewhere else, we've changed the mood slightly, we're going to add something to what we were saying before. So then you have the kind of staccato middle 8 like this, and it adds a whole new kind of part to the story. And then eventually you hit the chorus part, which is a really simple melodic thing, but there's a lead into it where you hit the G, then the D, and then the E. And you're back into what is essentially the verse, but with a melodic figure over the top, which you can just about play on one instrument. You go. Sounds way better if you've got Ben, my lead guitar player, actually playing that, and Matt on the piano as well. But yeah, so it's essentially just the verse with a very simple melodic idea over it. And you come back, you got your third verse, but you bring it right down. You're kind of calming everything down and sort of playing it really quiet. You know, you're restating your original idea, but you're coming to the conclusion. You're reaching the final point in the song where you're going to tell people what it is that you really wanted to say. So if you could just give me a sign, just a subtle little glimmer, some suggestion that you'd have me. If I could only make me better, then I would stand a little stronger as I walk a little taller all the time. So it's reaching a conclusion. The song's about recovery, and it's about saying that, you know, maybe if you could help me out, then I could get a little better. And then it ascends back up. It's kind of like the car kind of revving back up for the final race through the second half of that third verse, and it hits the high note, which I will sing when I play the song properly. It's kind of hard to sing just sitting here right now, but it goes from it goes survive, it goes to that high B. highest note I know how to sing, and it's a real kind of climactic moment. And then you got yourself a final chorus, and it's a double chorus, which kind of rounds the song off nicely, and it finishes with the final statement of the song, "Darling, sweet lover, won't you help me to recover," which kind of brings the lyrics together. And there's an ascending bass line on that. The chords are the same, but if you play, so you're playing D, and then a D but with an F sharp on the bass, so it's going up, and then an E with a G sharp on the bass. So you kind of, again, you've got that kind of ascending feeling of, which has come from the verses, but you can now put it in the choruses, and it kind of brings the whole thing together. And that's how Recovery goes.